All right, year 9, some more stuff, this time about factorising. Now, factorising gets a bit trickier because it's the opposite of expanding, okay? So before, let's say we had something like this, x plus 4. We're going to expand it by multiplying both parts, right? So we've already been through this, easy. Now, factorising is the opposite. So while expanding is about multiplication, factorising is about division. So we're really going backwards. So factorising is they will give you this part of the equation and say, tell me what the first bit should have been, okay? So what you need to do, instead of multiplying, we're going to divide. So we're going to say what is common to both of these terms? Well, both of them have an x. So let's take out x. And what have we got left over? Now, the biggest mistake people use is subtracting. Don't subtract x from things that you've got there. You need to divide. So x squared divided by x means just a single x, doesn't it? 4x divided by x, we're taking out the x, we have 4 left. So see how the answer is exactly what we started with? You're dividing, okay? Let's have another go. So let's say that I have 2y plus, what am I going to do? Plus 4, okay? So what is common to both of these terms? Well, actually, I would rather make that 6. That will demonstrate my point better. Okay, so what's common to both of these terms? Well, you can divide both of them by 2. So let's take out 2. And what do we have left? Well, we've got a y left here. And what have we got left here? We've got 3, okay? Because 6 divided by 2 is 3. The biggest mistake people will make is making this a 4. It's not minus, it's divide, okay? So let's talk about something slightly more, let's do something like this. 8y plus 36. All right, what can you divide both of these by? Well, let's try dividing them by 2. What have you got left? You've got 4y plus, divide this one by 2, 18. Now, while that might be correct, you have not taken out the highest common factor if you do this, because guess what? This thing left over here still has stuff in common, doesn't it? So let's get rid of that and try again. Sometimes this will be a little bit of trial and error, and that's okay. The more you practice it, the less trial and error it will be, and the better you'll get at recognizing what the highest common factor is. Well, why don't we try dividing them both by 4 this time? Now, what would you have left over? 8 divided by 4 is 2y, and 36 divided by 4 is 9. Now, this looks a lot better because there's no more common factors between 2 and 9. We can't keep going, so we're going to say, good, we think we got this right this time. So this is how we would factorize this. And you can test it by expanding again and seeing if you get the original answer. So sometimes, if you're not sure, just expand again and double check. 4 times 2y is 8y. 4 times 9 is 36. Good, we got the same answer, so we did do it right. Okay, so this is a really good way to do it. Sometimes you will have letters in common. So let's do something like 8m squared minus m squared. No, let's do m. Okay, let's do that. So what are we going to take out? Well, both of these have m in common, don't they? So if we took m out, what would we have left? Well, we've still got an 8 and we've still got 1m. Because remember, squared means divide by itself. So, times by itself. So if we take 1 out, we've still got 1 left. And if we take an m out here, another big mistake people will make is by saying, oh, we've got nothing left, so it's just 0. Well, it can't be 0, because if we made that 0, when we expanded the brackets again, we would have a completely different answer. So what we're going to do is make this a 1, okay? So if you divide by itself, like 7 divides 7 is 1. 8 divide 8 is 1. 127 divide 127 is 1. So m divided by m is 1, okay? So we've always got to put something there. We can't just leave out a term, otherwise you get the wrong answer when you re-expand. So it's okay to have letters out the front. It's also okay to have numbers out the front. Let's say we've got, we'll say 10x plus 25xy, okay? Let's do that. Now, what do we have in common? Both of these numbers can be divided by 5, can't they? So let's take 5 out. And we can also look at the letters. What do they have in common? Well, they've both got an x in common. So what do we have left? If we divide 10x by 5x, what have we got left? 2. And if we divide 25xy by 5x, we end up with 5y. Because we've taken out the x, we've divided 25 by 5, so we have 5 left over, because if we re-expanded, 5 times 5 is 25, and we've got the x and the y, okay? And this looks good to me. There's no more common factors, so we've done it. So watch out for your factors when you're trying to divide things. Make sure you're dividing and you're finding the highest common factor, not just any common factor, okay? Now, I know this one's a bit tricky. It requires a lot of practice, but that's all right. Just keep working at it.